Happy Tuesday. Okay, I'm going to invite Michaela. Let's see if I can get really quick at doing this. She's invited. So welcome. We are back. Hopefully this is going to be a long running series of Tuesdays, and it won't always be about ASEA and redox, but a lot of times it will, and it'll be about a lot of different health topics and faith topics, and it's all intertwined anyway. So just waiting. Hopefully Michaela was going to try to get on her laptop, and I can't text her because I'm using my phone right now. So let me see here. Okay, she says try again. I'm sitting outside today, so you can have some beautiful scenery, hopefully. I'm like regretting my decision though, because I feel like I might be hot. Okay, so she's unable to join. Let me try again. It may not be working on her laptop. Okay. Hello. Say hello and where you're watching from. I'm just waiting. Oh. There
Hi.
it is.
I can't
Hi.
my laptop.
Okay.
So now we know.
Yeah.
So.
Good to know. Okay, good. Well, I was just saying I'm sitting outside today, so I'm already regretting it because I'm like I might be hot sitting here with the sun on me, but that's okay.
I'm jealous you have the sun. It's been so rainy here.
Oh no.
So, no, but
Yeah.
okay.
Good. Well, is it normally sunny for you guys?
Winters it could be a little gloomy, but I'd say most of the time there's sun. So this is definitely odd to have days on end of no sun.
Yeah.
So
yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Well, here we're in South Georgia, so winters are amazing. Like we can be outside pretty much all winter.
Oh,
but summer is really, really hot, and there's gnats, so that's the part where we're inside most of the time. So
that makes sense. Yeah, it's the thing.
Yeah. Okay. Well, okay. I was just also explaining that we're going to be talking about some ASEA a lot of times in redox, but we're also going to be talking about other health related topics and how our faith is the center of it all, really. So
I want to mention, I feel like today we're going to be talking about the genesis of the company, really, and how you and I both really connected with the company on that level. And I'm excited to talk about this because I have really dear friends and practitioners who once explained about the company and they found out the way it was sold through network marketing. They were pretty against it. So I'm excited to have all this information upon it.
Yeah. Okay, for some reason I'm getting a little bit of like you cutting out. Can you hear me clearly?
I can hear you.
Okay. Diana just said hello. Hey, Diana. Say hello if you're watching and let us know where you are. Okay. I feel like if I don't say anything, maybe it's better if I just I'm not talking when you're talking, but I was just getting some.
Let me try. That better?
Let me see. Say something.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I think it's better.
Okay.
Okay. Very good. Well, yes. So I think this is going to be a great resource to share with people about the company. So I'm excited. But oh. Little praise music here to get us started.
That's so funny. Okay.
Okay.
Laptop up. I'm kind of like, all right.
Yeah. Gotta get situated.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I'll go ahead and start. Well, we'll just introduce ourselves for people that don't know us. So I'm Megan, and I'm here in Georgia. This is Michaela. She's in California. So we have come together, and we'll share a little bit more about how we don't actually work together on the same team, but how we do work together on the same team. So we'll share that later. But we are going to be sharing today, like Michaela said, about the genesis, as they call it. It's the genesis of the company ASEA and how it got started. So there's a video, and let's see, my light just changed. Are you there?
Yeah, you froze for a minute. But
that's so weird. It got really dark all of a sudden on my screen. But as long as you're still seeing me, we'll be good. Okay, so basically it starts with a man named Vertus Norton, and he was very successful in strategy and business and led billion-dollar companies, and actually I wrote some notes because this is not my story. This is his story, and I wanted to make sure I got the details right. But he worked with General Foods, Oscar Mayer, and Kraft, and bringing them all together and just really increased efficiency in that company. So when he retired, he wasn't really ready to retire, as people, seem to do. And he started working for a biotech company in California, I believe, actually, and was working with them for 4 years, and then was asked to sit on the board of a biotech company that had this new technology that they didn't know what it was, and they were trying to figure it out, and they were trying to raise money. And so he said, they told him that it was made out of salt and water, and he was like, okay, you're gonna have to convince me. And so they gave him a bunch of the science, and he sat with the science and studied it, and he realized, okay, they really do have something here. So that kind of started the process of getting funding. They were out of money, and but they knew that they had something in this company. So let me make sure, there was something else I wanted to okay, so they created, before they had what we have today, they used this little, it was a little unit that I guess you had to have at your home, and you created the molecules, and then they were fleeting. They went away really quickly. So he did that, and he had a personal experience. It made his brain think clearer, and he was in his 60s at this time, and he was like, okay, there's something here. But they needed to figure out a way to stabilize it, because having those little machines in the homes wasn't going to, a lot of people wouldn't be able to do that. That probably was going to be very expensive. So they set out to stabilize the molecules, and an atomic physicist named Gary Samuelson figured it out. And the scientists at these universities were like, there's no way. They didn't believe him. And he said, then we're going to show you. And they showed him, and it was stabilized. And so they realized, okay, we've got something here. Now we have to figure out how to get it to people. So Michaela's going to share a little bit about how they chose to do that.
Yeah, in the scientific community, word got out that they stabilize these molecules. This redox is fairly new science, so the last 20 years or so. But as this company was figuring out how to stabilize molecules, stuff has been going around, like internationally. They were having conferences on redox, and so there was a select few, science people who knew about this, and the word got out. So word got out that they were able to stabilize these through the universities and stuff, and they actually were approached by some big pharma people. They flew out to Salt Lake City, where their headquarters was, and they like, you have something really, really special. Like, we want to buy it from you, and it's tempting. I mean, when these giant companies come offer you these checks with a lot of zeros on it, most people would probably cave in and give it to them. But he his question was, well, what about all these people, and including myself, Vertus, who've had these amazing experiences? Can we still use it? And they said no. They wanted to buy the rights and discontinue anyone who'd been benefiting from it. And so they turned him down, which was a huge leap of faith. But from Vertus's experience, what he did was he took companies and he elevated their marketing and the strategies. And so he wasn't afraid of a challenge. He knew the product, he believed the product. And so now he just had to figure out like how to get it out to the world, really. And so they started with just like a small test group. They had 40 people. They put them on the product. They gave them instructions on how to share it. And I think within 2 or 3 months, it went up to having almost 200 people on the product. And so then they dove in. They're like, okay, this product is so unique. You need to hear the personal testimonies of the people having it. So this is a way that we're going to have to share the product, which is technically called, network marketing. But they have tweaked it. So, like I said, technically we are a network marketing company, but what they have ASEA focus on is next level marketing. And the big thing that they want to focus on is here. So they want purpose. So they want people to be selling it with values, not just ego, right? Ego is more like economically based. They want people with the core values of, I want to help people, right? They got into this company and they want to help people. So it's finding that balance. And that is the core value of ASEA, is helping people, giving people hope. And then it kind of flows into my next thing is they teach, when they're teaching, how to share the product, they talk about how a lot of the first 2 steps that people have, it's fear and doubt, which I was brainstorming about earlier, kind of really falls into anything new. There's some fear and some doubt. And then if you want to get into like the spiritual side, maybe there's a little spiritual warfare there, right? Like the enemy, things that are good for you. It could be like a cultural thing, right? We are in the middle of a really interesting time in history where there's a lot of fear, a lot of doubt, a lot of, I need to see proof, to believe, a lack of faith. And so what we want our people and our customers and, people joining our teams is really to move over from the fear and doubt into like the hope and faith part. And how we do that is by the experiences. And just like Vertus, and then this video that Megan was talking about, it's called the Genesis video, and it's like 16 minutes long. And we'll tell you how to get a hold of that later. But what he talks about is to build that hope and faith, you have to have these experiences. You have to hear it from your friends, Megan's testimony, my testimony, and there's hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of more, thousands, probably millions. I don't know.
Yeah.
They've sold over 1 billion bottles of this stuff, so I'm sure there's at least 1 million testimonies. But that's why we categorized it on the Real Redox Results, the website for it, so that you can go back and see. Because once you start seeing and hearing these people's stories, I mean, we're talking very, very sick people who were given little time to live and then recovering. People saying, you have, we don't know what to do, go make your arrangements, and then finding ASEA and their life being changed. And it's not all these big death sentence things. It works for other things too, for hormones and scratches and like all. It's right. It's just having your body perform. So, anyway, it's kind of a long network marketing, but they chose it to reach the most amount of people, build personal relationships, and really focus on like the core values of the company. Am I missing anything?
No, I think that was perfect. I mean, such a great explanation of it. And I think one of the things that was unique to me when I first heard the story was Vertus was like, he was set. Like he could retire not
Yeah.
having to work, you know. And when he saw this and was then again tempted with this huge offer,
Yeah.
he didn't take it because he knew how many people could be helped. He's had that vision of how many people could be helped. And that's what like keeps me going too. You know, just thinking if I don't tell someone about this, they may not know because there's still so many people that don't know about it. And that's why network marketing is so beautiful for that.
And
Go ahead.
oh, I love what Dr. Maureen Hayes, she's both of our mentor. And she always calls it like permission marketing. She's like, if someone's talking to me and I people and they're starting to tell me things like, hey, I know something might help. Like ASEA, prevent diseases, but what we can, guarantee is that we are giving you more redox molecules to replenish your body. And your body's going to triage where those cells are. So if you're having issues, it's going to go there and fix it. So if someone doesn't want it, no big deal, but at least you shared it with them. And I'm sure you have, but I've a lot of people that I've just mentioned it in casual conversation or like moments where they're like really struggling and they don't do anything with it then. But then a few months later, they'll come back and be like, hey, can you tell me more about that? Or can I try,
Right.
something like that.
Right. Yeah, the timing has to be right for each person. Yeah, because I had heard about it for months and months before it even piqued my interest at all. It was like when I was ready for it. So, and that kind of leads into our team. Our team is pretty unique in that most of us learned about it from Angie, who is an influencer on Instagram. So her handle is Angie Green, but Angie Fletcher. And so we all kind of saw it, how it could be used in daily life. And then slowly a team started kind of forming. And so she and her husband have such giving hearts and they want to help people. And so they've kind of created this team atmosphere. And I saw that even before we were having calls for this team, I would get on calls with Dr. Maureen's team and everybody was just so kind. Like it was just, I knew that there was something special about people that were wanting to share this product and it drew me in and I saw the transformation in so many different people. And then if I needed anything, there were always people that, it's not benefiting them to spend time with me and help me. There were so many people like that. And so I try to pay it forward in that sense and do that for people as well. And then like you and I, we're not on the same, leg if people are familiar with network marketing terms, but we can support each other and we have our common faith. And so that made us connect on that level as well. And there's so many believers within the company as well. So
many. I love it. And Maureen talks about when she was introduced to ASEA, her husband was in like a really bad health crisis with no hope, essentially. So she was grasping at straws and she goes, it was a God thing that I was introduced to this, and I feel like there's so many people in that situation that are, glorifying God with finding this product. Mm-hmm. And in my mind, it makes sense. Like it's just enhancing what God made our bodies to do. So it's
right. It's just pointing back to that. I mean, when you think about like the mechanism of our cells have a feature within them that allows them to communicate and the body to communicate and do what he designed it to do. Yep. And the fact that they were able to recognize this and stabilize this molecule that can mimic what he did to help support our bodies, like that's pretty amazing. Pretty miraculous, actually.
It is.
Yeah.
But it is like it is. I've met some really, really great friends through ASEA that we have, like Megan said, we have no benefit from each other, but just like-minded, live across the country. I know it's fun. It's fun.
Yes, absolutely. Awesome. And then we have our team calls weekly. So if you're watching this and you're curious, our team calls are unique in that anybody can jump on them as well. So you can definitely reach out to us and we can give you the link. And if you want to watch the Genesis video, just comment after the video's over, because if you comment now, it won't show up. So comment after the video's over, Genesis. And if you're watching this replay, just comment Genesis and we can send you that Genesis video and answer questions. But yeah, it's been such a blessing. I'm so grateful for this product and for our team and to be able to share it with people. So is there anything that we're forgetting?
I like to mention what Maureen always talks about, how if you join ASEA, you can join it two ways, actually, right? So you can become just a customer of ours and try the product. The scientists suggest you try 3 months to give your body the optimal amount of time to benefit from the redox and see the results. So you can just be a customer, or you can oh well, or you can, Maureen always talks about how there's no secret handshake, there's no minimum, like there's no like fun commitment, like now you're in, and like you can really do things at your own pace. Of course, there's benefits to being motivated and working more hours than not, but there are different ways to do it, and you're not signing your life away, and it's not meant to be a stressful process. It's supposed to be number one, helping others. Number two, I really think just connecting with the community in a different way, and then a little extra income, having a side gig. And personally, for me, my husband and I, we are both W-2 employees. So we can go into this another day, like the benefits of having your own business.
Yeah.
But especially here in California, we get very little tax benefits being W-2 employees. So this has been really huge for our family, and it's a part-time thing, but the benefits have been really great on that side too.
That's amazing. Yes. I mean, we have a lot of resources to help people get started and, mentor through and all of that. So I feel like I never felt like I couldn't have my questions answered or that I was bothering somebody. Like I always felt comfortable asking, the million questions I had at the beginning. So
yeah.
Very good. Well,
any fun
thank you
this week for your team?
Say that again. Sorry.
Do you have any wins this week for your team?
Any wins? I don't know why it's cutting out like every other word. Did you say wins? Okay. Let's see. I'm trying to think of anything specific right now. I mean, for our family, we've had just using the gel on. I actually last night. This is so ridiculous, and this is how it happens when you're not doing anything major, but you tweak wrong, just picking something up, and then my back tweaked. And so I was picking up a jacket off the floor last night and I tweaked my back. And so I put the gel on it like 3 times in 5 minutes before I went to bed. And then 3 times in 5 minutes when I got up. It hurt a little bit when I got out of bed. So I did it again and I haven't noticed it the rest of the day. I'm just so amazing how fast it works. So, but
that's really.
What about you?
A good friend of mine, her son, he's 10. He'd been battling skin issues for a long time, like years and years, really severe, where it really like disrupted his normal daily life. And I told her about these a while ago, but she was in the middle of like some other treatment plan. And recently, she's like, "Hey, I need to try something else." You know what I mean? So I always like to keep some product on hand, and then I can give it to people in those moments where they're like, I just need something, and then they can Venmo you or whatever.
Yeah.
So I do recommend that.
Yeah.
So we did that, and within 2 days, her son, well, he drank it fine, and he's kind of a picky eater, but he had no issues drinking it. It's almost like his body knew it needed it. Within 2 days, the taste like went back to water, and he actually FaceTimed me, like made my day. He's like, Michaela, thank you for the blue water. My skin feels way better. Like he could feel it internally working. But I was like, oh, this is the best FaceTime ever, like, but it was just so cool for a little boy to have that,
Yeah.
that it's really helping.
Yes. Praise the Lord. That's amazing.
I know. They're such an amazing family. So it's just cool to, see those things. But
Yeah. Such a gift. Awesome. Well, good. Well, very good. Well, thank y'all for watching, and make sure if you want to see that video after we end, I'll repost it as quickly as I can, and we can just comment Genesis. So
perfect. Thanks, everybody.
thank you. Bye.